What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about how to brainwash yourself into becoming the person that you want to be. So whatever it is, business owner, entrepreneur, bodybuilder, fit, confident, whatever it is, can be as little or as big as you want it to be. It was 50 degrees this morning, so it was a little bit cold, which means that it's chapped lip season. So this is everything I did to brainwash myself into becoming exactly the person that I want to be, and hopefully you can use this, apply it to your life, and then get the same exact results. 99% of people will never have this realization and will never make this mentality shift, which means they will continue to be stuck. If you want to be a part of the 1% of people that actually make a change, watch this video. If you don't, and you like where you are, what are you still doing here? So I want to start this off by talking about kind of my past, the old person that I used to be. Definitely know that you guys will relate to this for sure. I used to be insecure, anxious, angry, very angry. I never really had any confidence. I had a lot of social anxiety growing up. It got to the point where I could not eat a meal. I couldn't finish a full meal because I was so just riddled with anxiety. So worried about what others thought of me, how I was perceived. I didn't really like who I was. That was definitely a fair, I can understand why I didn't like who I was. I would not show up when I said I was going to show up. I would not do the things I said I would. I would say I would wake up at 6 a.m. and go to the gym, and I would wake up at noon and eat like 4 bowls of cereal. I would spend a lot of time sleeping. I would just rot in bed. I would never do hard things, right? I would never read. I would never run. I would never train. I always worked jobs I didn't like, and from a young age, I've always known what I've wanted to be. I've had this dream life since I was young, and I've always wanted to be this successful person, someone who does hard things, someone who, is proud, confident, happy, successful, and that can be defined differently by every single person, but that is mainly what I wanted to do. So the first step in brainwashing myself out of being the old me was understanding why I was the way that I was. Okay, why am I lacking in confidence? Well, because I don't do anything that I deem worthy. I don't do anything that I'm like, okay, you can't tell me anything because I've done it. Oh, I'm not a bodybuilder? Well, I step on stage. Oh, I'm not a runner? Well, I run every single day. Oh, you're not an entrepreneur? I run a business. So I didn't have any of those wins, I guess, stacked under my belt to be able to say, oh, I'm not? No, I am. I didn't have that. And in order to build that confidence, you need to accumulate wins to stack under your belt. You need to do hard things. But the hardest part is doing your first hard thing, because it's natural for humans to want to run to their comfort zone and not take any risks. That's just human nature. We always want to protect ourselves. It's our nervous system telling us, hey, we want to stay safe. But the difference between the 1% and the 99% is using your brain to know, hey, I'm telling myself I want to stay safe, but knowing that putting yourself in those situations will inevitably make you better. Okay, that's like 99% of the brainwashing process. So after understanding why I lacked confidence, I wanted to then understand why am I overweight? Well, I didn't like feeling stressed. I didn't like feeling frustrated. I didn't like not liking my life. So food made me happy, and I would just eat in excess. When you stop eating to fuel yourself and to start filling emotional voids, that will lead to being overweight. 99% of your problems are due to lack of emotional regulation. Another part of brainwashing yourself is being able to say, hey, I feel frustrated and I don't like it, but you know what? I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to say, hey, I am frustrated right now, and allow myself to be frustrated, allow myself to be stressed. Because you want to know what 99% of successful people do? They're able to bear more stress and more frustration than the average Joe. How? Well, because they allow themselves to feel it, and they put themselves in those situations over and over and over again, and they do the reps necessary to become great. That is why you're stuck. So a whole part of the brainwashing process is basically throwing yourself into things that you don't want to do. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be suffering. So after I identified okay, why am I overweight? Why do I lack confidence? Why am I stuck in a job that I don't like? Safety. I feel comfortable here. It's good enough income. It was good enough. Why do I want to give up my bartending job when it makes enough money to pay the bills? Do I like it? No. Is it scalable? No. Am I the boss? Do I run the business? No. Am I doing something that fulfills me? Absolutely freaking not. You think I like making margaritas? Come on. I do love to talk, so that was a good part. I did really enjoy talking to people. As they got drunker, though, it just was not all that great. But nonetheless, very thankful for the experience, though, and my fellow bartenders were some of the most amazing people ever. So, Very happy for all the experiences I've ever had, and I'm happy to have hit rock bottom to be able to reach this point. After I identified why I lacked confidence, why I was overweight, why I didn't like my job, my situation, I was then able to be like, okay, now how do I get out of this? And this is all a part of the brainwashing process, right? Because you're not going to magically overnight become the person that you want to be. You're still going to be the person that you don't like or the person that sucks. You're still going to be that person, but you're going to act like who it is you want to become, right? So after you identify who you are, like, why am I insecure? Why am I overweight? Why do I lack confidence? Why do I not like my job? Why am I unhappy in all these areas? After you identify the why, you're then able to now envision what do you want, right? So you lack confidence, you don't like your job, whatever. So okay, if I'm putting it in relation to me, I want a wife and kids. I want to be a bodybuilder. I want to be fit. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to be able to run. I want to be able to do all these things. And I want to be confident. I want to be secure in myself. And I want to be calm, peaceful, nice, and gentle. That's what I want to be, right? And that's what I'm not. So what you're going to have to do is, while being this person, you're going to have to act like this person. And this is going to be the hardest part of the process. This is what's going to bridge the gap. Okay, you're still going to be angry. You're still going to lack confidence. You're still going to be overweight. You're still not going to like your job. Okay, that's going to be the hardest part, but you are literally going to have to brainwash yourself. You're not confident? Well, you better start acting like it. You're overweight? Well, you better go to the gym. And it sucks going to the gym overweight. It's really hard. You're not going to show up to the gym and feel confident, and you're not going to be able to lift as heavy as you want, and you're probably not going to be able to run as fast as you want and all that stuff, but you are going to have to literally act like this person while being this person. And this is the hardest part, is bridging this gap. But the closer you get, the better you become. And a big part of the process is understanding that your feelings and your thoughts about yourself, thoughts about reality, whatever it is, are not you. That is not you. That does not define you. What defines you are your actions. So yeah, you may lack confidence, right? You may not be confident at all, but what are you going to do? You're going to act like you're confident. It's really hard to start a business when you're broke. It's hard to start a business when you don't know how to start a business, but you're going to do the actions required, right? Messy action is better than sitting there and reading books and watching YouTube videos and never doing anything. Take the actionable steps. Do the actions, and the feelings and the thoughts will follow once those actions compound over time. So after you do that, so many people will sit there and tell you all these negative things about you, right? Just the way that I listed all those things about me, how I lack confidence, I said all these negative things about me, right? And so many people are like, oh, like, you're so negative, you're so pessimistic, you have such a negative outlook. Sometimes when positivity doesn't fuel you, the fear of continuing to be stuck in that negative situation will. So when it's not sunshine and fucking rainbows, you need to use that I'm not confident, I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that, to literally push yourself into being who it is that you want to be. Society's like, no, just be happy with this. Stop being so negative. Just flip your mindset. No, let the negative thoughts push you to this ideal person that you just described to me earlier. Okay, that stop running from the, oh no, I love this, I love that, I love myself the way that I am. If you do not, that is okay. Stop thinking that something is wrong with you because you don't love your situation, or you aren't confident. Confidence is not just built by looking at yourself and be like, I love myself. That's not how that works. I'm sorry. I don't know who's telling you that all you got to do is just be like, oh, it's okay, I love myself, whatever. If you're at rock bottom and you do not love yourself and you are not happy, do not sit there and try to convince yourself that you are. Become the person that you want to be, and you will love yourself and you will be confident, okay? And a part of loving yourself is being disciplined and doing the things that it requires to get you where you need to be, okay? Loving yourself sometimes means tough love. It is not always going to be your best friend. And that is the mentality that you need to adopt, okay? I want to end this video by giving you 3 actionable steps that you guys can implement to brainwash yourself into becoming the person that you want to be. This number 1, sit down with yourself and figure out what you don't like. Number 2, be able to envision future you. What is she wearing? What does she do? Who's in her life? What actions does she take that you don't currently? And then implement those actions and act like her. Act like the girl that it is that you want to be, which is going to be hard because you're still going to be the girl that you are now, or the boy. Whoever you are, you're still going to be this person right now, but you're going to have to act like the person that's here. And eventually the gap will be bridged. You have to remember a couple things. You're going to be frustrated, you're going to be tired, and you're going to feel a lot of emotions that will probably be uncomfortable. You'll be uncomfortable and you will suffer. But what you have to remember is that successful people, the 1% versus the 99%, are able to handle those emotions without giving up, without running to alcohol, food, instant gratification, whatever it may be, and they're able to let it make them better. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions, please DM me. Please leave a comment down below. Thank you all so much. I absolutely love you guys, and just know that I'm rooting for you.